Hey guys, it's Green Zero here back with another Command & Conquer 3 Kane's Wrath video commentary. We are here today on the map, tournament 20%. Hopefully Technique comes back and finishes off this map because it looks like a child's colouring in book and I'm not a big fan of it. We have two players here for you today in the top right hand side playing as it appears to be the red GDI of some kind. It is going to be OneVision. Well, I know what you're thinking. It's OneVision, and on the left-hand side, playing as a Nod faction, we have bike-RUsh+ownz. Well, that's going to get a lot of hits in the videos tab with bike-RUsh. Big name here. We can see he does have scouts. He's not vanilla in this factional matchup here. It is a random mirror, and we can see that OneVision is rocking. Oh, he is ZOCOM. So it's going to be ZOCOM versus Nod, and you can see he actually backs off here. Doesn't want to get picked off by bike-RUsh because he has two scouts here. It is a random mirror, so of course they don't know what scouts they're going to come up against, but of course both sides should already know what faction they are. Actually going to draft a tower. That is interesting there. He really doesn't want bike-RUsh to see what he's doing. Is he going to rush as ZOCOM? ZOCOM probably the worst faction in the game to do a rush, so I think this is going to be a second ref, so he's not really going to try to rush. Meanwhile, bike-RUsh is trying to clean up the scouts in his base, but OneVision, he's got backup and he will actually be able to dispatch all of bike-RUsh's scouts here, so OneVision will somewhat win the scout war. bike-RUsh does have another scout in the base, and he will see, actually no, there's no rush coming. bike-RUsh did call it correctly. He didn't actually produce any combat units, so not that, again, the ZOCOM can do a lot. I mean, a lot of GDI rushes revolve around Orcas, and of course, ZOCOM can't build those. They have a modified version of the Orca, which is very expensive, and, well, you can't hit harvesters with it if they're moving, so that can be very difficult, of course, and especially if you're up against stealth harvesters. It means you've either got to use the pulse scan, which is very unreliable, or you have to upgrade sensor pods, which is even more money, of course. But it looks like OneVision will clean up the remaining scouts inside his base here with another rifleman squad. Both sides very heavily scouting and anti-scouting, but OneVision has managed to put down a foxhole, which means he's going to be able to keep a pretty close eye on, almost called him Technique, bike-RUsh's expansion there. bike-RUsh is ecoing like a madman. 6 harvester comes out now. He's probably going for, yeah, he's got the ref down as well. Going to power micro, get that harvester to work straight away. What is OneVision doing? His ref is going to come down now. It's a little bit behind bike-RUsh, but that's expected because, of course, Nod have the quicker building power plants, so you expect it to be about 2 seconds or so quicker on occasion here, because, yeah, again, Nod can put these power plants down extremely quickly, whereas GDI power plants do take a little bit longer to build. That's why you can see the discrepancy here. There's a few pit bulls, and look at that with the silo micro there. He's going to try to take this out with just 2 pit bulls there, and another silo comes down. So bike-RUsh trying to be fancy. There's only 1 scorpion tank there, and it looks like he's actually going to be able to defend that out. I mean, there's a war factory coming down anyway, so it's questionable as to whether or not OneVision would have been able to capture that or probably destroy that one there. Funnily enough, the harvester is not quite close enough. He should have harvested the Tib Crystal here. That way he could have got repairs, because that harvester is in heavy damage mode right now. The other people will actually be dispatched by the scorpion tanks. What is Vision up to? Double War Factory, Predator production couple. Whoa, triple War Factory? Is he going to sell his MCV? It's a bit early for triple War Factory. He doesn't have a second ref down just yet, and Predators are expensive. He's actually coming across the map. He's going to be able to pop that tank very quickly. Will fire sporadically at the units here. That buggy, he doesn't want to let that buggy come in because it will see that there are 3 War Factories, and he's not going to be able to see their 3 War Factories, so he's going to have to assume it's just double War Factory. I mean, why would you expect triple War Factory? Still not going to sell the MCV, so he's really planning on just retaining that. We have the Panic Barracks come down now. He's got 2 War Factory, and now with the Barracks, he should be able to defend this out, but OneVision not going to pull the red tank back there. I think he's going to go for the main. There's still a lot of Tiberium here, so it's still a valuable target to hit. But bike-RUsh now trying to spam out a couple of rocket squads to help support him defend his base off here. We have a few pit bulls out as well from OneVision, actually switching to pit production here. So the Predator tanks will be coming in over on the left-hand, the right-hand side here. The Scorpion tanks will respond. The Scorpion tanks won't be able to defeat them. There's not enough numbers here. The Predator tanks are a little bit split up. Yeah, there's enough Predator tanks there. They can actually win that fight. bike-RUsh realizes it will pull one of his tanks back. We'll be able to pick off a Predator tank, which is very important. You've got to remember reinforcements are quite some distance away for OneVision here. He will back off with the tanks. Battle marker up here as well. No, he's just being pushed away. He had a foxhole there, so nothing much happening. A few pit bulls are up here. I think he's looking for a 2-pronged attack of some kind. He moved his MCV before he put a second ref down. I mean, and you're thinking, why wouldn't he put a second ref down? because he's spending so much money on his war factories that he didn't have enough money for his build queue, so he just moved his MCV because he can always put a ref back here. He's got build radius, pretty vulnerable to a catalyst because it'll have to be right next to the other ref, but nonetheless, it was a smart decision from OneVision there. If his MCV is not doing anything for a long period of time, then he can use it to move the long distance between the third field there. Actually putting a ref down, he's split over 3 fields now. This is actually going to really hard counter any type of catalyst play that may come down from bike-RUsh. He is looking for a tier 3, of course. Will pop the spike, not looking to take that himself. He's pretty close. He probably could have just taken that, I reckon, but deciding no, he's just going to destroy that one. He has Pit Predator tank here, so this force here is going to have to be dealt with at some point in time. Nothing but Scorps coming out. We probably have laser capacitors on the way, and dozer blades, no doubt, because it wouldn't be quad turrets. We have dozer blades coming out, which will be done very shortly. A few infantry squads taking a swing here. He has split the Predators from the pit bulls. The pit bulls are a lot quicker, so they'll be able to make it up onto the flank here. But I think bike-RUsh, no, he's pulling his tanks away. Did he not realize that they circumvented around his force here? He's got dozer blades. He's making a move. There's a battle marker in the middle. OneVision knows what's going on. The laser capacitors are still quite a way away, and he has found a gap here. There are a few Scorpion tanks coming back. There is an Avatar coming down as well, which is interesting because he is going, of course, for... He didn't actually get the Harvester either, which is pretty bad. He is going for laser capacitors, but he's producing Avatars as well, so... oh, there's actually a bit of a skirmish over here. There was a few dead tanks that I did miss out. Didn't look like it was too big of an engagement, but OneVision will succeed there. No watch. There's the Catalyst missile. That's actually important because even though there's only one ref there, he now has no build radius there, which means the MCV is going to have to back up. He can actually put refs on the south side of this field, so that's actually going to work out quite good for him. But an interesting match so far, and look at that, he uses the Seed Tiberium. Sometimes bike-RUsh does this, where he tries to scare people into thinking it's a Tib Vapor Bomb, but at the end of the day, I'm not sure, I don't really understand why it's being used that much, because it is an ability that he won't be able to use himself. Now, trying to get through these infantry, here comes the proper jet. It is a Mind Strike, though. Maybe he was trying to trick him into thinking it was a Mind Strike. Maybe bike-RUsh did it by accident. Some of the Predator tanks are meandering around in the minefield, which is pretty bad. Battle markers breaking up all over the place. Predator tanks, there's actually a lot of Predator tanks up here. I did not see this. He's going to have to stay away from the field there because, of course, we know that a Tib Chem plant, he's trying to draw him over the field. Surely he's not going to drive into that field. He knows he's been hit by all the support powers here, and he is going to drive straight into that field. There is a battle marker down on the right-hand side. Looks like bike-RUsh is trying to do a base push of some kind. He must not have the money for the Tib Vein because he's not calling it in. He could have got all those Predator tanks, but instead the Predator tanks, even though there are laser capacitors here, the Predator tanks, there's too many of them. They will be able to destroy them. Meanwhile, bike-RUsh is pushing across the map. OneVision getting ready to defend against that, but these Scorpion tanks will be cleaned up. There's still about 4 Predator tanks remaining. A 5th Predator tank now joined the party. Battle markers here on the right-hand side. The Avatars are now moving down. A lot of infantry. Not sure if it's just from sold-off structures or whether he's trying to do some type of in-push. Not sure if he has a shrine. Meanwhile, OneVision trying to panic stations here. He needs to try to defend his base off here. He's actually pulling these forces back and around. bike-RUsh is almost out of Tiberium. Venoms are coming out now as well to help counter the infantry, but he's got a lot of militant squads here. He's got towers coming down, but of course the towers do not have AP ammo. He doesn't really need AP ammo. There's not enough infantry here. That Harvester now being brought in. The MCV is getting attacked. He's getting flanked over here. He's got a fence on it, which will really boost the army here. That Harvester was given a crush order because now it's being shot at stationary. The Avatars are moving in. There's a few more Predator tanks here. A War Factory comes down now, but bike-RUsh is not doing anything about the MCV over here. There is a an Avatar over there. The Venoms are coming through. He's now moving and shooting. He's trying to destroy this MCV. If he can destroy the MCV, he might be able to route the engagement here. This is a really big fight here. He's so close to destroying it. If he does not destroy this, the game is just about over. He couldn't possibly hope to defend, but he is going to really just get it. He gets it. That's critical. He loses a lot of tanks in the process there, but bike-RUsh now has no build radius. The War Factory was destroyed. Oh man, OneVision takes out the War Factory, which means there's no repairs, no repairability on the Avatars. They are pretty high health though right now, and he needs to do something about those Venoms. I mean, they're not a critical problem here. A few rocket squads should be able to dispatch them. Predator tanks now trying to fight these Avatars, but of course the Obelisk here, he doesn't want to stay in range of the Obelisk, which he is in range of the Obelisk, so he needs to kind of back up a bit and let bike-RUsh come to him. He just needs to defend the Tib field. He doesn't really need to push forward and engage this somewhat leftover base head here. bike-RUsh actually refining the Tiberium crystals he dropped earlier. We'll use the Awakened support power a little bit late, considering most of his infantry are now dead. He's actually trying to span them out. There's a Heroic Venom there. How did that happen? So the Heroic Venom comes over the top. It will take a lot of fire. Oh, will it go down? Oh, it just gets out of there. Its heroic status definitely keeping it alive here now. A few Awakened squads will come up, but there's so much towers here that, yeah, it really doesn't matter. They're getting shot down far too quickly. He's pushing a lot of militants into the field here, which is giving him a lot of awaken, but he's not actually using the EMP blast ability here. OneVision's actually got a lot of tanks now. The ability has worn off. He still hasn't killed. Oh, look at that. That's a nice EMP. 3, 4, 5, 6 tanks. 2 more on the left flank with another EMP. That was pretty critical. He's finally going to drop one of these avatars, and I think he's going to get the second one in succession. There's another one. Oh, he doesn't quite drop that. He should try to quickly focus down the one at the back, which is firing off round after round after round, and it's almost dead as well. bike-RUsh now does not have much eco. He's long-range mining, whereas OneVision is mining happily on the right-hand side. We can see that OneVision is able to reinforce here. These avatars now are getting quite low. He's still got 3 here. Surprisingly, OneVision has just not been able to get these down, and that one will sneak away. There's absolutely nothing in the health bar. There is nothing in the health bar on that one right now. He's even got engineers. Look at that. He actually destroys his own avatar, because when he reclaims the husk has 50% health. So, or actually more than 50% health. I think it's about 55%, but you can see there, he blew up his own avatar, so he could basically repair it with an engineer. That avatar will go down. It's a little bit too close here. That heroic venom is still causing problems, and he sneak away just again as well. It's obviously not huge. It is heroic, so it will do a lot of damage over time. A lot of rocket squads coming out now. OneVision realizes that since there's no, I mean, there is a shredder turret there, but he can't build any more than just the one he's got. It means he could overrun this position with infantry forces. He doesn't have the upgrade, unfortunately. There, these rocket squads not firing back at the venom. The venom comes through and does a lot of damage. OneVision just having a really hard time just dislodging the remainder of bike-RUsh's forces here. He's going to go forward, but again, that Obelisk of Light has been really untouched, and he will back off. More tanks down. He didn't destroy anything. He will get the avatar there, but again, I believe there's an engineer which is just going to pick it straight back up. That's going to be frustrating. Harvester comes in for the crush. He will be able to dispatch some of these units. He will destroy another one of the, the avatars. He will get crushed though by that avatar. Shuts him down. He needs to make sure, the husk was destroyed though, so Vision manages to take that out. I'm not sure if it was crushed by accident or what happened there. This venom, this heroic venom is actually paying dividends now. Vision has burned himself out. He hasn't actually built anything else aside from predators and rocket squads, and unfortunately that wasn't the, I mean, it technically was the answer, but he didn't control, I don't think, well enough to defend that out. He should have just, there's no point really defending this field since there's no tib on it. There's been no tib on it for a while, so he could have just backed off and just forewent this field and then defended back at this base, which is actually running out of Tiberium as well. But yeah, he could have defended back at that base, and then it would have been pretty useless. A slingshot coming out to counter the venom here. Oh my god, he actually just drove straight in range of that obelisk there, and bike-RUsh is like, thank you very much. He does have a spike. Vision has a spike. He's long-range mining from this field, but so is bike-RUsh here. bike-RUsh having trouble reinforcing right now. Does he have a war factory? Oh my god, he does not have a war factory. bike-RUsh's only production structure is this barracks, and if he's able to detect that, if OneVision can identify that, I mean, he could just, if he can get rid of the venom, he could just go hammerheads with AP ammo if he has enough money for that. He doesn't even have AP ammo research, so he's kind of stuck on his ground tech here. There's not enough Tiberium left unless he gets a base up here, but bike-RUsh is long-range mining. We're going to have a look at the economic situation right now. The slingshot will find it. The rockets from the ZOCOM harvester will do some damage, but the venom, look how quickly he's going to heal himself up there. I mean, venom doesn't have a lot of health anyway, but again, it does have additional armor for being heroic, and it will be backing off here now. That slingshot not going to be able to locate it. If we have a quick look at the economic status of both players, $2,700, about $3,000 to Vision, so he's got money. bike-RUsh has a lot of money because, of course, he's only producing out of one barracks, and he will call in the Awakened squad again. No AP ammo, which is starting to hurt him now, so no upgrades on either side, actually. The rocket squads, or militant rocket squads, do not have any upgrades. And Vision is going to try to defend this base again. He is not going for AP ammo. You know what? I think he should just fall back from this location. He doesn't need to be here. He needs to try to get to the top north field somehow. bike-RUsh will not have any way of building any base defenses or any structures at all. Vision's actually going to come down here with a crush. He's still going to try to defend this area. I don't believe he's aware that it's only a barracks that bike-RUsh has at his disposal. That harvester is doing a lot of damage there. That one there crushed a lot of infantry, and he will have to fall back now. Reverse move bug, hopefully he can correct that before he loses that predator tank, because every unit is now crucial since they're both running on fumes or long-range mining. Vision still adamant that he has to defend this field here right now, and again, he's just not able to identify what bike-RUsh has left. I mean, a simple scout through the base would reveal it. Hey, there isn't actually anything left that he has. So he could just, yeah, if he could destroy this portal or this Hand of Nod, the game is over. bike-RUsh, even if he attacked with everything he had, probably wouldn't be able to break the remainder of OneVision's forces here. A scan came down. Not sure if he's going to be able to identify that. He actually destroys a harvester with the Venom. The Venom is close to dying. Where is that slingshot? It needs to be here right now. Unfortunately, it's not there. And that one Venom is just causing so much problems now. That heroic Venom, I mean, that's really hurting OneVision right now. He needs to do something about that. And still no AP ammo on the cards there. Again, the infantry is not upgraded. He's actually starting to target down power plants with this, so that's embarrassing. Another turret will come down as well. I'm not sure what happened to his... he built an extra slingshot, but I'm not sure if he actually just lost that one as well. The Venom will just back off, can very easily just back off, self-repair, and then come back for more. Vision not able to do much about that. His base over here is now under attack. Battle markers over here. He's just standing in the Tiberium field. He's got Tiberium up here, so now losing this base is somewhat bad for him. If he could get rid of the Venom, he could just go sniper teams actually. So that would be impossible. Like all he'd have to do is kill the Avatar, which he could very easily do because it's very low on health, and then he could just use sniper teams and just kite for the remainder of the game. But Vision, unfortunately, unable to identify this. A few harvesters that bike-RUsh has left down here will be destroyed. Again, that one Venom, that one pesky Venom. Oh man, I just can't help but feel that OneVision had a lot of time to do something about this, but just the inappropriate response here. I guess he can't see what we can see. A lot of people may be screaming in the comments, but you got to remember, in the heat of the moment, you kind of make the decisions that you do based on what you know. And obviously he's not aware of what we can see here, but bike-RUsh able to just continue to be aggressive with just one barracks, or he might lose the Venom now, or he gets another, oh, he needed another rocket volley off. Oh man, oh, he had a few extra rocket squads which did not fire. They moved outside of range a little bit too soon. We've got the other units moving across the right hand side here, so Vision is now being boxed in here. He's losing harvesters. He does not have AP ammo still. He's still holding on to his comm center, which is surprising because he's not really doing much with it. He kind of needs money to defend, and now he's probably not going to be able to defend this area here. The Predator tank's going to go for the Crush actually, and the Crush move will save him. Rifleman squads, unupgraded rifle squads versus unupgraded infantry. This is ridiculous. This is a competitive game, by the way, and the sheer lack of upgrades by both sides and time and money. But of course the infantry force on the right hand side now is threatening him. That AA turret will be able to put some damage onto this Venom, but you can see GDI AA batteries are already particularly weak unless you have tungsten. So again, he's just going to be able to move outside the range of those. Another turret comes down though, and he just instantly sells it. He's just kind of wasting money here now, and the Venom is just coming across and he's just poking apart this force. Now he's just building up more rocket squads. He's going to go in and attack the bottom left hand side, and he's just pushing him into a corner, and bike-RUsh is actually going to win with just a portal, with just a Hand of Nod. I keep saying portal, that's the screen version, and OneVision just taps out. So, oh man, bike-RUsh, the ultimate mind games there, and this is what bike-RUsh does as well. He just wins from ridiculous situations, and obviously OneVision could have had that game. He could have had that game multiple times, but he just kept building predators and rockets, predators and rockets, predators and rockets. He needed something else. He needed to identify that, but of course he can't see what we can see, so he can't be too harsh. 161,000 to Vision, 131,000 to bike-RUsh, so Vision got $30,000 more in an 18.5 minute game. It is definitely nice, but you can see, look at the economic difference at this point in time. He needed a different unit composition. Like the Predator rocket was fine, but he needed to bring some other units to the show as well. And again, the Avatar push that bike-RUsh did, it killed way too much. What Vision should have done is that when he was attacking the bottom field, because it was dry, he could have easily just backed up, because the amount of times he fought in range of the obelisk was ridiculous. It's like, no, just back up, make bike-RUsh come to you, you know, but he just didn't make that decision, unfortunately. So bike-RUsh will actually take that game. If we have a look at the structures tab, we can see that bike-RUsh, of course, after the 9 minute mark, was just flatlined there. Got to be careful when you're selling in a situation like that, because you can't get anything back. And of course, infantry will make him go up. Look at that, they're just slowly winning the war of attrition there somehow. But anyway, that was a really good game. Hope you all enjoyed that video. My name's Green Zero, and I'll do my best to bring you some more Kane's Wrath videos as soon as possible.